with your CIGTV News Update. I'm Donna Bush. Thanks for joining us as always. As we've been reporting, Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin has been in London since last week with a delegation, including Minister for Financial Services and Home Affairs, the Honourable Tara Rivers. Premier McLaughlin tells us exactly what the meetings have been about in London this week.
Well, this was a meeting of the Caribbean Overseas Territories, and it was a follow-up really of the meeting we had in Miami last year in the aftermath of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, and really part of our efforts in Cayman to continue to help with the recovery process by facilitating a meeting such as this, where we can get an update on what's transpired prior to going into the JMC. And so we can help to continue to push for whatever resources and assistance the affected territories still need. This JMC was conceived last year on the basis that the territories ought to be updated regularly about what was happening with Brexit. But from the Overseas Territories perspective, that's all been sort of overtaken by our concerns about the Anti-Money Laundering, the Sanctions and Anti-Money Laundering Act, where the territories will be required to put in place public registers, and our concerns about the constitutional overreach and the implications of that. And so that's actually trumped what was previously the key item on this JMC agenda. And so constitutional issues and the way forward will be the principal issue. No doubt we'll continue to be briefed about what's happening in Brexit. At this particular moment, there is a vote going on in the House of Commons on a key aspect of the exit bill. No doubt that will be an important issue as well. But I think right now, disaster preparedness, how we manage hazards during the course of this next hurricane season, and the constitutional issues will be the key concerns of members around the table. While the primary focus of this visit is to attend the Joint Ministerial Council meeting and the pre-Joint Ministerial Council meeting, we also take the opportunity to meet more broadly within Westminster. And yesterday, for instance, I had a bilateral with Lord Ahmad, who's the FCO Minister with responsibility for the Overseas Territories, to talk about a range of things, but particularly about the constitutional issues and about my continued effort on behalf of the Cayman Islands government to press for changes to the Cayman Islands Constitution in order to safeguard our interests against further incursions by the House of Commons, as has been the case recently.
And the full Joint Ministerial Council meetings will be held in London come November. Meantime, in preparation for the planned 2019 merger of the Customs and Immigration Departments into a single border protection agency, both departments have embarked on a strategy to cross-train officers and immigration officers, customs and immigration officers. With that in mind, 4 new immigration officers have joined their customs colleagues on a course for 12 new customs officers who were recently recruited. Now, a press release says the 18 weeks of training will cover an array of topics, including but not limited to the relevant laws and conventions, investigative techniques, arrests and exhibit handling procedures, revenue and ethics in law enforcement. And at the official opening on Monday, the 4th of June, Collector of Customs, Mr. Charles Clifford, focused his comments on the subject of ethics in law enforcement and advised the new officers that they would learn more about this during their 18 weeks in training. Acting Chief Immigration Officer Mr. Bruce Smith said while joint training initiatives involving customs and immigration officers are not new, certainly immigration officers scheduled as participants in a customs basic training course marks a momentous occasion and indeed signals the beginning of a planned strategy to introduce a single entity at the borders in the Cayman Islands. Now, the customs class of 2018 is expected to graduate this August and will then be deployed to active duty in the various sections of the customs and immigration departments. Well, finally, as part of its ongoing Arts and Culture Memorandum of Understanding with the University of South Florida, the Cayman National Cultural Foundation will present a special exhibit of the theatrical designs of Oliver Smith from 1918 to 1994. Hosted at the Hartwell Theater, the free exhibit will be on display to the public from Tuesday the 26th of June to Saturday the 30th of June from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. In a press release, CNCF Artistic Director Mr. Henry Matu says he hopes that students of art and theater goers in the Cayman Islands will gain a deeper understanding and appreciation for the necessity of the scenic designer in theater as a result of viewing the exhibit. Oliver Smith is unmatched for his breadth of work in theater, dance, and opera. During his legendary career, he was honored with 8 Tony Awards. Well, for a look at our weekly schedule of shows here on CIG Television, you can go online to gis.gov.ky and click on the publications icon at the bottom of the home page. If you missed today's news update, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. With your CIG TV news update for this Thursday, I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining us, hoping you'll have a wonderful and safe night and that you'll join us back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.